Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Rapology, your favorite rapper's favorite podcast. I'm your boy, Maurice.
Thanks for creating DJ Sai City.
All right, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Welcome back. This is episode number 23. On today's episode, we're going to come to you guys and talk about my man Nas and his importance on the hip-hop game, man. How Nas is single-handedly saving hip-hop, and how Nas is giving these hip hop OGs a chance to still be relevant and, giving them shine in today's landscape of hip hop, man. So salute to Nas. So we want to talk about Nas and give him his flowers and what he's been doing over the past year or so with him and Mass Appeal releasing all these dope projects by all these hip hop legends and stuff like that. So yeah, shout out to Nas. But before we do that, we want to get into talk about the passing of the legend, the icon, D'Angelo. So we want to talk about D'Angelo. Do you have any thoughts on that? Show him some love before we start.
It was just like such a tragic moment when I found out, which I actually found out like the day late. I'm currently not on social media, so I had no idea. And just didn't kind of unplug for like this week. But so when I seen the news, I was like, was so sad for like the entire day. So rest in peace to D'Angelo. I seen that his daughter had put out a very touching message on Instagram, post on Instagram, and just, flowers and, him and Angie Stone's son, just talking about like the passing of her first, and then a few months down the line, D'Angelo was also passing. So pray for their family, their kids. Like, I think this is just a lot fitting. Not just hip hop, like D'Angelo was part of the culture. So I think it's only right to be giving these files and just, pray for his family. For sure.
Yeah, exactly. I second that. Yeah, D'Angelo was, a pioneer, one of the pioneers of the neo soul movement. D'Angelo is a talented artist, dropped nothing but classic albums. He got 3 classic albums. If you're not familiar with his catalog, definitely go check him out. He worked with some of the best, R&B singers, neo soul singers in the game. So yeah, Brown Sugar.
VA legend.
Yeah, VA legend. Like I said, his whole catalog is short. He only got 3 albums, but they are great quality masterpiece albums, from Brown Sugar, his debut, to Voodoo in 2000, and Black Messiah that was released in 2014. So yeah, shout out to D'Angelo. Rest in peace. Definitely a legend in the culture for sure.
Great. I'm so glad we was able to give a chance to experience his impact in the song community. Like I said, I think his whole aura as an artist extended well beyond just song, or just if he was an artist, a singer, a writer, musician, a rapper, like no matter what, I think D'Angelo had an impact on their life. Like I think about all the samples of Lady and Brown Sugar. Papa's second Ghost record and flipped up every which way going back there. So that's how like it's beyond, the genre of art of it. So it really does impact my opportunities. So I was really sad. Of course, in the DJ, like in our community, everybody's doing like all the mixes in the world, and I actually supported like play D'Angelo music until young and I'm sad.
Yeah, D'Angelo the man, especially, remember back in when he dropped that How Does It Feel video, and he had all the ladies in the chokehold. Had all the ladies in the chokehold with that video,
was a thing. Like...
Yeah. So D'Angelo, man, D'Angelo left the impact. He was the man, very talented brother, man. Singer, songwriter, musician, you name it. So yeah, salute to him. R.I.P. Yeah, for sure. So all right, so we're gonna move right along, and like I said, like I mentioned before that, I want to talk about my man Nas and what he's doing, man. I think Nas deserves his flowers. I think Nas really cares about the hip hop culture, and he cares about hip hop. Like, he loves hip hop, like as a purist. Like, you could tell he really cares. In 2023, when hip hop turned 50, Nas put on that big concert at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, invited all the hip hop legends. So Nas really, he just cares about the art form and the artist and what he's been doing the last couple of years, especially probably the last 5 years. I think Nas has really solidified himself, in my opinion, as the GOAT. like what he been doing with the Hit Boy run, you know, dropping those albums, and now what he's doing with Mass Appeal, giving these guys, you know, a spotlight and to come out in this landscape is definitely worth to be saluted.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like he is one of those artists that everybody just gotta respect.
Yeah.
Know that energy for Nas, because I feel like he embraces, you know, other artists.
Yeah.
I think he embraces like the youth. I think that he continues to like refine his skill. You know what I mean? So it's never like you could say he fell off or anything, but irrelevant because of what he had done, you know, with Magic and Kings and Z's with Hip Boy. So it's like, listen, you can't do nothing but respect it. I mean, and not for nothing, I feel like his music is aged just as well as he is aged. And I believe that, like, not even just from a respect perspective, but like there is a certain like people look up to Nas. Like people, I think from a business perspective as well, I'm glad you mentioned Mass Appeal, because that business that, you know, he pioneer of is like making so many moves on behalf of hip hop, you know, and think about like Tennessee Moet Day, like you think about like you said, the hip hop 50 and like celebrating the culture. I know Master T was also involved in like the beginning stages and the funding for like the hip hop museum here in New York. It's supposed to like kick off next year.
Can't wait to see
And
that.
they've been like instrumental, like his business has been instrumental in really pushing the culture forward, because without Mass Appeal, I don't know who would really be giving us these places, these spaces to really truly be authentic hip hop. Like, so people don't realize that Mass Appeal is behind a lot of the content that they see from hip hop perspective, the branding deals from a hip hop perspective. Like, Mass Appeal is pushing the culture forward. So shout out to Nas for building that legacy. And like I said, just being a businessman that I think people really are starting to like see and look up to for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, like you said, to piggyback off that a little bit, I hate to bring Jay-Z up in the conversation, but I think that's what separates Nas from Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z don't come across as somebody that really loves the culture like that. I'm not saying he don't, but you know, it just seemed like it's like whatever with him. But you could tell Nas is a real student. He really cared about preserving the art form in hip hop and keeping it going. So that's why I think that's what separates him and
Jay-Z is just more, I think he cares about the culture, but probably from like a different perspective, maybe.
Right.
This is what I take from over the years and just seeing like some of the moves that he's made. One, I think he's just a private person, so I think he does do a lot behind the scenes, but nobody really knows about it.
Right.
But Jay-Z tends to be like kind of centered around Jay-Z, which was Dame Dash. Shout out to Dame Dash. You gotta get on that nigga. But like I think that's one of the issues that they had, because that nigga was kind of selfish. But can you get to a Jay-Z status financially and in the roles that Jay-Z's in without being selfish? I don't know. But I think Jay-Z probably feel like I'm gonna come here from the inside and like, you know, try to change things on the inside versus Nas and Mass Appeal. They do there's a lot more like that's about the art.
Yeah.
That's about the music. You know, we got the business over here and you know, we doing that too, but they really pushing the art. Which I mean is at the central of hip hop. Like it's art, is, you know what I mean, expression, is creativity, which I think Jay-Z is kind of like removed himself. He's like, I'm about the money. I'm about, you know, innovation. Like everything doesn't always have to be just about hip hop. I think Jay-Z's perspective to me feels like it's beyond hip hop, versus Nas is like, he riding for the culture. And I love that. Personally, I'm like, I love that. I wish Jay-Z would lean more into me.
I think me too. Me too. I would love to
just
Jay-Z
realize
pop out
like
more.
the culture, like between if him and Nas like really come together, like, you know, to be strong and help push the art forward.
Yeah.
Jay-Z has a lot of influence.
Oh yeah. He has a strong arm in his game too. So imagine what Nas is doing. Jay-Z, him and Nas could do it. It would just be crazy if he actually did it. So I'm not gonna say he don't care, but I could tell Nas really do care. Like this man put out an album for Slick Rick. Like Slick Rick haven't put out an album in 25, 30 years or something like that. Yeah. So Nas, and on every album, every project that he's releasing with all these hip hop legends, Nas is lending his voice. He's giving them a verse. He's doing the videos with these guys. He's helping like putting money in their pocket, letting them doing shows and getting their money. Like just this year, he released Slick Rick album. He released Raekwon, Ghostface, the new Mobb Deep album that we're going to talk about that just came out like a week or so ago. Big L album coming at the end of this month, October. De La Soul coming next month in November. I might be
producing.
Yeah, like Nas is really putting on for the culture and New York hip hop as well. Like he's bringing this New York, like the essence back. Like he really care. Like that's what I think about Nas. Like salute to him.
I love it too. Like he's, celebrating the rule of his life. I'm really excited about this video project. I'm not gonna lie, and De La Soul.
Yeah,
Just nostalgic. Like that's how I felt when we beat into the Mobb Deep, but that's definitely how I felt about the Mobb Deep tweet. Just nostalgic and remembering
that was
and
dope.
keeping the legends' names, you know what I'm saying, alive and irrelevant. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. And, don't forget, I think I don't know if we mentioned it yet, but he's closing the year out with his long-awaited collaboration album with DJ Premier. Nas and the DJ Premier album coming in December. So, like I said, Nas, what he's been doing, man, the last year, but the last 5 years, it's been unmatched. Like, you got to give him his credit. You got to give him his just due. I know they asked him, would he ever consider doing the Super Bowl? I don't think Nas is the Super Bowl type of artist, not.
Whoa.
I just don't. I mean, it's a different. Yeah, it's a different type of audience, it's a different type of audience, and Nas is more hip hop, more niche, but the hip hop. I think I could love to hear If I Ruled the World at the Super Bowl or some of his joints. He got some joints though.
What if it's not just not like what he brings out, like the artists to LA or
that'd be dope.
Like he brings out the legends and they perform with him. Like he brings out AZ, like he brings out these artists. They don't have to just do Nas, but Nas can stay on his own. Like
I think so too. But that Super Bowl crowd, that Super Bowl, halftime show, there's a little more of a white audience, more of a mixed audience.
Another example of how Jay-Z just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, if Jay-Z Nas was to really work together on this thing, Nas will be at the Super Bowl with they'll do that.
That'd be dope.
Crazy.
Like an all legends hip hop Super Bowl. They'll definitely make it.
Right, like I'm telling you, like a hip hop 50 type of situation where it's just a plethora of goats of all times, like taking stage on behalf of Massive Appeal, where it's not this, and that's why Nas is better, and that's why he's so cold, because he's not even just worried about like building up his name. Like he really be on some Mass Appeal. Like he be trying to help put other people on. To your point, like all these albums that have dropped or are going to drop the rest of this year, like he's selfless.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why he's the GOAT. That's what, to me, that's what makes Nas like easily go outside his talented abilities. He, to your point, he actually cares about them.
Yeah, he cares. Yeah, and I could tell. Like I said, I could tell that he loves it. He cares about it. He's a student of it. He wants to preserve it and everything like that. So yeah, man, shout out to Nas. So, in your opinion, I know you say you haven't heard all of it, but what are your thoughts on the Mobb Deep album?
So I still need to get through the second half of it. I really want to take it in and just enjoy it early days, because I feel like the first half of it for me, nostalgic. Like I didn't skip a song.
Yeah, it's real good.
I'm excited to listen to the rest of it. Like it's just been kicking ass.
Yeah.
I've just been like I said earlier, for it be, just out the loop, whatever. But I made sure that like on that Friday when it came out, that I was like, I gotta really get through a lot of the tracks. And to be honest with you, I'm excited. Like the features, you got Ghostface, you got her, like you got Alchemist, and it's just refreshing to hear, you know what I'm saying, some of the arguments of verses or of these verses, like just to hear everything that comes along with blending nostalgic in New York with new artists today. So I'm excited to say that.
Yeah, and then piggyback off that, Nas and the Alchemist did a great job with this album. It's a beautiful album, well put together. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out. We're gonna get to him, man. But yeah, they did a great job with this project. some of these verses from Prodigy, Salute the Project, RIP, were just amazing. Like some of the stuff, on this album that they came with, how they put it together. Well produced, just like I said, it just sound like Prodigy was recording this album with these guys. So yeah, they did a great job with it. Definitely one of the better albums that came out this year, for sure. That Mobb Deep album.
Yeah, it's like I had to think about. I gotta get through the other half of it, so it's hard for me to give the full review. Which I'm so sad that but I didn't want to skip it. I didn't want to just like. I really enjoyed the first, 8 to 10 tracks. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get to the second half when I got more time and attention to like really soak it in. But I loved it. Like, I heard so far.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And speaking of the Alchemist AI, man, like we got to talk about the run that this dude is on. Like the Alchemist, what he's been doing in hip hop, like it's been crazy what he's been doing this year. Like the man got a couple album of the year contenders in there that he's produced. He got something coming out with Hit Boy. I couldn't even name all the shit that the Alchemist has been doing. Like he dropped Alfredo 2 with Freddie Gibbs. Earlier in the year, he dropped Life is Beautiful with 2 Chainz and Larry June. I can't even keep up with the Alchemist, yo.
Yeah. Nah, cause he's sliding in little projects in there too. But
yeah.
I think some piece of the artists, so like you gotta do your whole list. So let's pull it up.
Yeah. Oh, he got a joint album with Erykah Badu that's coming out as well. So yeah, the Alchemist is
excited about.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Exciting. Yeah. Nah, what is it called for Erykah? Alchemist.
I think so. I'm not sure what it's called though. Is that the name of it?
It was supposed to release earlier in August, but I don't know if we actually got it like it.
Yeah, I think it got pushed back.
Yeah, but I'm excited to look into it. I'm missing old Erykah and also Alchemist beats like what?
Erykah Badu on some Alchemist beats. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be great. Yeah, but the Alchemist, salute to him. He's definitely the producer of the year, for sure. Yeah, the Alchemist.
The beats on this Mobb Deep project where that's what I'm saying. It was super grimy. It was so super gritty, which gave me these nostalgic like vibes. And here Havoc on there like refreshed and like really still having the same energy and passion. I felt like this was something I could have heard 20 years ago and still been like, oh, this shit is fire.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then you added like some of the newer artists to kind of balance it out and make it like a sound. It was incredible. Great production.
Great, yeah. It was well put together. Yeah. Shout out to the Alchemist and Havoc on that production on there. Like isn't amazing. And that Taj Mahal joint on there too. That's one of my favorites that they have on the new Mobb Deep album. Yeah, like I said, shout out to Alchemist, yo. That dude, I don't know how he sleep. Like
when I seen the Against the Rails, like the soundtrack, I was like, oh, that's what you doing? I was like, oh, okay. Heard you.
Yeah. Mobb Deep.
The Pour the Henny 2 was one of the ones that I liked. I like the production of that one, but the one with Nas, I think it's.
Yeah, I like that one too. That was dope.
I tried to listen to all the ones with Nas on there.
I bet. Yeah, Nas shows up on here 3 times, I think.
Yeah, he had a few joints.
Nas on a few joints on there, for sure.
Nah, shout out to Alchemist, shout out to Havoc, rest in peace to Prodigy. Shout out to Master Kid.
Yeah, for sure. Amazing project. Amazing project. But yeah, that's pretty much it though, that we wanted to come to you guys and talk about, want to talk about, the passing of D'Angelo, RIP. Talk about the greatness of my man Nas and what he's been doing for hip hop and for us hip hop heads and hip hop fans. Talk about the Alchemist and the legendary run that he's on right now, which is incredible. I think hip hop is in a great space this year. Don't forget about the Clips and what they've been doing. The hip hop MVP this year. Yeah, so yeah, that's still in rotation. Let God sort them out. So yeah,
the OG's been holding it down. I ain't gonna lie. Like
amazing.
Yeah, it's holding it down. Like good quality music. I think we're in an era right now where good quality music is on the rise.
Right.
And I'm super excited to see that.
Right. All right. With that being said, like I said, let us know in the comment section what you've been feeling, what you've been rocking, and everything like that. Your feelings on Nas and Master Appeal and everything that they've been doing. What you anticipate.